Okay, well, hello everyone and welcome. It is February 17th, 2026, a day that will live in history. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the official re-release of the Virtual Boy from Nintendo. For those who don't know, allow me to take you down memory lane. Way back when in the mid-90s, I want to say it was like 1995, Nintendo had an idea. A marvelous, wondrous idea. What would happen if we could transport gamers into the realm of virtual reality? What if we could make it so that you felt like you were Mario on the tennis court playing tennis against Yoshi? What if you were Wario running around a crazy platforming adventure? What if you were in the sewers kicking turtle shells back and forth against crabs in the background trying to clear out the pipes, being a plumber in New York City? All right? Sounds like an interesting premise for the mid-90s, doesn't it? Then what Nintendo did is they made this thing, and they threw all those ideas away. This is the Virtual Boy, or it's the 2026 edition of the Virtual Boy. Meaning, this is not actually the original console as it was sold in the 90s, but it is a replica console that Nintendo is now selling exclusively on the Nintendo Online Shop. In order to buy this, you already have to be an existing Nintendo Online subscriber, or else you're not eligible to buy it. You actually need to log in with your membership to get this guy. It comes in this box, which admittedly is a pretty nice display box. When it's sitting in there, it prominently, stands out and looks nice. And you could easily keep it in this box and keep it on display in your house as a little piece of nostalgia, okay? So first of all, what does the Nintendo Switch 2026, the Nintendo Virtual Boy 2026 come with? It comes with the actual Virtual Boy headset, and I say that in quotations for a reason, and I'll explain that reason in just a moment, okay? And that headset essentially is, if I can show you, I don't know if I can easily get this to detach or not once it snaps in. Probably not. Yeah, I actually don't know how to get the stand off of it once it's on. So I'm not going to detach it, but basically the headset itself is one unit, okay? And it is a full replica of what the original Virtual Boy was in form factor and size. I don't know about weight because I never actually owned the real Virtual Boy, okay? Now, it's all hard plastic, no metal. However, there's a few rubberized parts. For example, these on the side, these tabs that say Nintendo are actually made of rubber. And I think that's because they're intended to use your thumb to pop the unit open on the top and to top load your Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 inside of this guy. By default, it's meant to house the Switch 2, but it comes with a plastic adapter that you can install that then allows the Switch 1 to fit in there as well. Because remember, the Switch 2 and Switch 1 are different sizes. Okay, so the idea behind it is that you're going to get the Nintendo Online Premium Expansion Pack subscription. I'm going to repeat that. You have to pay extra money in order to play the Virtual Boy games in addition to purchasing the actual Virtual Boy unit, okay? You have to get this. It's $50 a year. I think it's cheaper than that if you get it monthly. But for $50 a year, you're now going to have access to the new Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics app on your Switch or Switch 2. Okay? So first, you must pay for that up front. Then, you're going to take your Switch or Switch 2. You're going to enable that app while the console is in handheld mode. And I got to repeat that as well. The app for Virtual Boy only works when your Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 console are in handheld mode. If you attempt to actually use the Virtual Boy app when it's docked and hooked up to a device like a TV or a PC or a capture device, it will give you an error stating it will not function. You must detach it and go to handheld mode. So no Virtual Boy at all can be captured or broadcast or streamed or put on a TV or any other external device. You can only use it on the handheld or with this Virtual Boy unit. Okay? Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, you got to buy this guy on the Nintendo Online website. This unit is $100. Okay? And just to reiterate, it is the headset and it is the stand. What I'm showing you, this is the Virtual Boy. That's it. There's nothing else it comes with. It does not come with the controller. You're expected to use your Joy-Cons that already came with your Switch 2 to play this. Okay, so no controller is included. You cannot play with the original Virtual Boy controls. They don't exist. All right? There is no way whatsoever to hook this guy up to any kind of capture device or signal out. In fact, to show you, one of the things that I actually noted when I was unboxing this yesterday, they really did try to make this a replica unit. And what I mean is at the bottom here, there's actually ports. Like this would have been the volume selector dial if this were a real Virtual Boy. This would have been the port for headphones. Over here, this would have been the expansion port to hook this up to other Virtual Boys for co-op. And then there was actually another port that I'm not even sure what that was supposed to be for. Maybe a video out, maybe that's the power, I don't know. But they're not real. See this? They're just hard. They don't move. They're actually just fake. It's like it's a fake port. You see what I mean? They don't exist. So it looks like, oh, at first glance, oh, is it really like a Virtual Boy? I can actually hook this thing up. No, you can't. There's no way to do that. They're all fake. So Nintendo went out of their way to actually replicate the form factor, the look, and feel of the original Virtual Boy, but didn't put in any of the hardware whatsoever. In reality, this Virtual Boy 2026 for $100 is a pair of lenses. I'm just going to repeat that quickly so it sinks in. For $100, you're buying a pair of lenses to use with your Switch 2. That's what this is, okay? Now, there is another difference from the original Virtual Boy. You see this black, what appears to be rubberized protector, or I guess you could call it light cover. Here's how it works. You're going to put your Switch in. You're going to close it. The Switch will be on, and you put this up to your eyes like so. And so what's supposed to happen is this is a light protector that's going to stop light from coming in, so you're just only see through the two lenses, okay? With the original Virtual Boy, and I know this for a fact because I tried it myself, this was more of a rubberized, like plasticky feel to it. The problem is that would wear out over time. You know, anything that's rubberized, it's going to wear out over the years. Therefore, it's very hard to find a Virtual Boy that didn't fall apart over the years. With this one, with Virtual Boy 2026, they have turned it into a foam. This is actually a foam with a cloth covering on the outside. So it actually feels very soft. And I think this is going to do two things. Number one, it's not going to degrade over time like the original Virtual Boys did. But number two, because it's foam, it's more aerated. And therefore, if you're going to play this for an extended period of time, it shouldn't cause sweat. Because that was also a major problem with the original Virtual Boy. The rubberized cover would make your eyes and your whole visor area sweat because it was catching all the heat and moisture inside, and it was just uncomfortable. So I think that that's why they designed it this way, so you can play it for more than just a few minutes and it'll feel a little bit more comfortable to you, okay? So, $100 for the Virtual Boy 2026. You open it up, you put your Switch 2 in, or your Switch in, with the adapter, and you turn on the Virtual Boy app that you have to pay $50 a year to access through the Nintendo Online Expansion Pass subscription service. You close it, you put it up to your eyes, and you play. Okay? Your lenses are here, and what this is going to do through the dual screen effect of the Virtual Boy app, it's going to give you a 3D effect to feel like things are either in the foreground or the background, okay? Today, there are 7 games available for the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics app. Nintendo is apparently planning to add more over the course of 2026. From what I'm to understand, I think there was between 20 to 27 Virtual Boy games that were launched and actually released. However, only 14 of those were ever released in the United States. So there's a good, dozen games that were Japan exclusive that may actually, for the first time ever, be available to English-speaking audiences by the end of the year. Now, also, we're being told by Nintendo that this app will be updated over the course of the year to add new features. For example, as you can see by my set, I tried to emulate or mimic the actual visual style of the Virtual Boy. Because for those who don't know, Virtual Boy games are only in black and red. There is no other colors whatsoever. So a lot of people initially said, wait a minute, I'm going to buy this console, right? It's going to have 3D effects on 2D games that are basically quality of like maybe Super Nintendo, all right? But it's only black and red? That doesn't sound very appealing. Well, you're right. It wasn't, okay? When people saw this thing in stores, notably, this was put out on display at toy stores like Toys R Us and actually video rental places like Blockbuster Video. People would look at it like, that just looks bizarre. A pair of goggles is a video game system, and this is going to take me into virtual reality? And I was one of them. I actually tested this several times at my local Blockbuster Video to see what I thought. One time I played Mario Tennis, and another time I played the Wario Land game, which is a 2D side-scrolling platformer starring Wario. And both times that I played it, I had a similar experience. I walked up to it, I put my head up to it. Oh, okay, this is cool. It's only black and red, but it's neat because it has this like 3D effect. And I would start to play the game, and I'd be like, oh, this isn't bad. And then all of a sudden, two things would happen. Number one, I'd start to feel sweaty in the face. Like, oh, it's kind of feeling uncomfortable, and that's weird because this is something that strangers have used. And I got my head up to this thing. It's kind of gross. I'm starting to sweat in this thing. And then, after playing it for about 10 minutes, what would happen is you start to get a headache. Now, it was cool. Like, I remember playing Mario Tennis and actually seeing the ball going into the background, then the foreground and the background, and it would look 3D. Like it was getting closer and further. In Wario Land, you would actually jump into the back area, do stuff back there, then jump back to the front. So it had a cool 3D effect. It did work. It actually was unique because at the time, nothing was 3D like that. But you'd start to get a headache almost right away after just a few minutes of play. In addition, yes, the red and black graphics were jarring. Like you'd be playing a game, like think of that you're playing tennis, right? Like tennis, what's the first color I think when I'm playing tennis? Green. Tennis court. But it's all red. It looks stupid. Like, I wonder who was the person at Nintendo who said red and black. Not green and black or blue and black or, white. Red and black. Because so many things are just naturally red in life, right? So anyway, that was most people's experience with the Virtual Boy back in the day. They saw it at a store or at Blockbuster, tried it, and after a few minutes of playing it, we're like, it's uncomfortable, it's giving me a headache, and the graphics don't look good because they're all red. This sucks, and then they never bought it. So this actually was a humongous, tremendous flop worldwide when it launched in the mid-90s. Almost no one bought it. I think they never even sell 1 million units worldwide. And what you got to understand when you hear that number, it's like, oh, well, how many did they sell? Like 700,000? Yeah, but you have to understand, that includes places like Blockbuster Video who bought these to rent them out to people. So you would go to Blockbuster and pay like $20 for a weekend with the Virtual Boy. You'd rent it, bring it home with a few games, and then bring it back. And that counted as a sale. And if there was like, let's say, 5,000 Blockbuster Video locations across the US and each one owned 20 Virtual Boys, that means 100,000 of the sales were just rentals. Do you see my point? This didn't really sell at all, okay? It barely sold. And today, to find one intact of the original is actually quite hard to do, and they go for a lot of money online if you can find a functional one. So to have a replica like this, something that really looks like the original Virtual Boy, has the form factor, has the feel, actually feels kind of comfortable now because of the new foam and everything, it's kind of a neat idea, honestly. But the fact that this is $100 is pretty insane. And to be honest, I think most people who are going to spend that much money on this are probably going to think that it has more to it. They're going to think this actually is a Virtual Boy for $100, and it's not. It's literally just a stand with lenses, and that's it. There is nothing else to this. There's no other features. There's no ports. There's nothing. Why else would you think you're spending $100? It's literally plastic with 2 lenses in it. There's no electronics in this. What is $100 about this exactly? The box? I mean, it is a nice display box, but it's just cardboard, okay? And there's nothing in there. For the record, everything is out except for the adapter to use it with Switch 1. There's nothing else in here, okay? So $100. And to be honest, there's another version. Nintendo is selling a different version of this that is much cheaper. I think it's only around, I want to say it's $30. I could be wrong. It might be $40. Guess what that one is? A cardboard box with these two lenses in it. Yes, I'm not joking. Nintendo is selling a piece of cardboard with two plastic lenses for around $30 to $40. Okay, so here's the question. Does it work? And what games are on it on launch day? And that's what I'm about to explore with you live right now. Now, I would love to show you the games, but I'm not allowed to. Nintendo said, can't capture, can't stream, can't make any content out of the Virtual Boy. So what I'm about to do live is hook this sucker up right here next to me, okay? Put my Switch into it and play a couple Virtual Boy games and let you know what I think. You can't see the games, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing and what I'm playing, and I'll let you know what my experience is like. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to clear the deck because we're playing Virtual Boy. That means you got to rearrange your house. I'm not kidding. This thing has no head strap and never did. In the 90s, they never made it so that you could just like attach it and play anywhere. All it has is this weird stand. And so to make it work, you got to have a big area to put this sucker down so that you can actually use it. Well, I mean, I have a studio set up here, but like, where do I put it, right? So what I've got to do is I actually have to clear my whole area. So give me a second here to actually clear off my table, and we're going to use this to play the Virtual Boy. See? So here we go. Let's go ahead and get all this out of the way. Okay, so now we got to get the Virtual Boy set up here. But how do I do that, right? Well, here's what we've got to do. I'm going to use the actual Virtual Boy box as the pedestal on which I'm actually going to place the Virtual Boy, so it'll actually be the proper height to line it up with my head, okay? In fact, here, I'll rotate it. And now it actually kind of lines up with the legs. Do you see that? It actually kind of lines up with the legs, which is kind of weird. I wonder if they actually made the box like that on purpose. I'm not sure. But it literally fits, as you can see, like snugly. So maybe they were intending that and no one really knew that. But there you go. I recommend that. If you're going to play with this Virtual Boy, use the box as the stand, and it actually kind of locks in place if you put it like that. Okay? So, once you got your stand essentially in place, you can stretch the legs out a little bit. There you go. So now they're fully extended, right? Cool. And now I've got to go get my Switch, and I've got to de-dock it and put it into this monstrosity. Okay, so let's actually move the camera back now. And here you can see the Virtual Boy. In fact, I guess I can just remove this camera now. And you can see what this thing's going to look like, okay? So let me go get my Switch, undock it, and bring it over, and we'll see if we can get this thing to work, okay? Here's my Switch 2, okay? That's the Virtual Boy app right there on the Switch 2 on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to boot it up using the controller. Now, I have the volume all the way down because I've never used the volume on this guy. Here we go. So I got the system. I'm turning it up right now. Okay. So it says right there, this software is required to use your Virtual Boy. It boots up and gives you this screen. And a dual screen appears. See this? So now what you're expected to do is put this into your Virtual Boy stand, okay, and get this set up. So let's do it. This is very exciting for the record. I mean, this is groundbreaking, history-making stuff. Okay, I've literally never used my Switch 2 undocked before, not once. So let's open this guy up. Okay, open the Virtual Boy. put the Switch 2 inside of it. Okay. Close it. All right. This is going to be very exciting. Trust me. This is what Nintendo wants you to do. They think this is very exciting stuff. Okay? All right. So, now, what I need to do is somehow manage to position this unit so that it's up to my eyes. Okay? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to scoot up here with my chair. This is great. This is good stuff. Okay. Ready? So, okay, almost. We're getting there. All right. So it says, once you set the console into the dedicated accessory, look through the accessory and press A, then you'll adjust the 3D view. Now, as you can see, I have absolutely nowhere to put the controller. This is a problem. I'm staring into the Virtual Boy taking an eye exam. All right? There's nowhere to put the controller. I can't hold it in front of me like you normally would do to play a game. There's no room. So I have to stretch my arms around the Virtual Boy and kind of hold the controller behind it and put my hands down on my desk in order to even be able to control this thing. I know this is silly to watch. This is the Virtual Boy. This is what Nintendo intended you to do in the 90s, and they brought it back in 2026. So this is your live demo of the Virtual Boy. Okay, so now, all right, here we go. My eye exam begins. Let me move my mic a little bit so you can hear me. Okay. So my eye exam begins. Here we go. Press the A button. All right, cool. Oh, boy. So, wow. Adjust IPD. Oh. Oh, God. So here's what I'm seeing. It's Mario Tennis. It's Mario and Luigi standing on your side of the court with their backs to you. And then in the background, you've got Donkey Kong and Yoshi. In the background, also, there's the Mushroom Kingdom. And then there's a sign. It's got Lakitu holding a sign that says Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Donkey, and their score. Okay? At the top of the screen, it says Modify Interpupillary Distance, IPD, so the 3D visuals appear clearly. And by pressing left and right on the D-pad, it adjusts the IPD, or interpupillary distance. I know, this is crazy. So, the problem already, I can tell you, the only way that I can read the entirety of the screen is to have my face, like, crushed into the Virtual Boy. And even then, I can't see it all. Like, I'm not kidding. I have to look, like, move my head up and down to see the top and bottom of the screen. I can't actually just see the screen. It doesn't, like, no matter what, I can't see the entirety of the screen. It's kind of like being in an IMAX theater, but you can't see the whole IMAX screen. You have to move your head and look around. That's exactly what this is like right now. Okay? Okay. So, the interpupillary distance, I'm adjusting it right now. I think I might just leave it at default. It looks fine to me. It's very odd. It's like, it definitely adjusts something, but now, like with certain ones, it gets too blurry. If I go too far to the right, I can't read the text. If I go too far to the left, it looks clearer, but I get a headache. Yeah. Like, I went 10 to the left, and it looks very clear now. But already it's starting to bother my eyes. Like, seriously, it's starting to bother my eyes already. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with -5, okay, on the interpupillary distance. Okay, we got Tetris. I'm at a menu now. And the menu is 7 games. We got Tetris, Galactic Pinball, and each time that I select one on the screen, it becomes 3D and pushes towards you on the menu, okay? Golf. Although, admittedly, I can see things on the left-hand side of the screen much better, I can't see everything on the right-hand side at all. I'm serious, it's not centered for some reason. I mean, I can't adjust it. It's already in there. Like, I can't move my Switch. So, it's not centered. The Virtual Boy is off-center. It's slightly to the right. I guess they fucked it up. The app should be more to the center, and it's not. It's too far to the right. All right. Tetris, Galactic Pinball, Golf, What the hell? One of them is actually called IMAX, and it's in Japanese. I can't read it. It says I apostrophe Max, and then a whole bunch of kanji I can't read. So I don't know what the hell that is. Red Alarm, which looks like it's a flying shooter game. Telero Boxer, which is supposed to be the first-person boxing game. And Wario Land. So there's no Mario Clash. Because people were saying play Mario Clash. It's not at launch. They don't even have it on there. Okay? So, what do you guys want me to play? Tetris, Galactic Pinball, Golf, Emax, which is in a bunch of Japanese kanji, Red Alarm, Telero Boxer, or Wario? What should I play? Play Golf or Wario? Okay. All right, let's try one. A lot of people are saying Wario. All right, let's play Wario. Wario Land. Here we go. Virtual Boy Wario Land. Again, I can't see the bottom of the screen, nor the top, nor the sides. I can only kind of see dead center. I think we got a problem here. Like I said, I have to move my head up and down to see the top and bottom of the game. That's a problem. Like, I feel like it should be zoomed out further, and it's not. It's too close. Automatic pause on, off. I don't know what that means. And then it says ZL and ZR suspend menu. Okay. All right, so I can hear the volume. Wario just flew out of the background on a plane into the foreground. Now it says Virtual Boy Wario Land. The Virtual Boy logo is 3D. Wario is in a plane, and he's flying down in front of the screen. And yes, it is a nice 3D effect, actually. The propeller, this is crazy. Can you hear the audio here? Let me turn off the music now. Can you hear the audio at all? So, Wario was in a plane. His hand was 3D doing a thumb up, and then the propeller was 3D. Like, a bunch of stuff on the screen was all 3D and at different levels on the screen. Okay? You can barely hear it. Well, I would up the volume, except you can't once the thing's in there. You're stuck with the volume level you have. Okay. Let me see if I can up it, if I open it. You can hear it a little better. Okay, that's max. That's the best I can do. Okay. All right, I'm going to play it. So here we go. Wario Land. Brightness and automatic pause on and off. I'm just going to leave everything on default. I guess I'm Wario and I'm walking in front of a bunch of doors. I don't know what they mean, so I'll just press a button. Nothing. Doesn't do anything. I'm pressing every button. Nothing's working. Press start. Okay, press start and he jumped in the door. And now we got Wario asleep on a folding chair in a forest. The forest has a nice 3D effect. Like, you can see into the background. There's a waterfall. And there's light coming through, and there's a bunch of creatures floating in the water, and they just sprayed Wario in the face and woke him up, and he fell out of his chair. And he's pissed. He's ripping pissed that this animal just sprayed in his face. And he's wondering what just happened. He's upset. I can't do anything. He's just standing there with his back to the camera. Oh, in the background, way in the background, appears to be a tribal person in the jungle making noise. Already my neck hurts. I'm not kidding. My neck hurts already. And I've only been playing it for, what, 5 minutes? Not even? Yeah, so now we have 3 tribal people who are wearing masks with giant pointy spears as noses, and they're walking with treasure chests above their heads. They've opened a vault door, and inside the vault is an insane amount of gold, kind of like Scrooge McDuck's treasure in his money pit. Wario just arrived, and he punched the native people. And now there's an earthquake, and a bunch of items are flying off the wall into the foreground, and now the ground fell out, and Wario is falling into a chasm in a 3D effect. This is very exciting stuff. Okay, I say we can finally play the game. We've got lives times 3, hearts times 0, coins times 0. Wario just pulled himself out of the ground. Okay, I'm playing. So I can walk left and right. If I hold the shoulder button, you run fast. Okay. Oh, if you hit the left trigger, you open a menu. I don't want to do that. You charge. Oh, look at this. If you hold the B button, you put down your shoulder, And then you can run and do a dash. It looks like if you mash the button, you can continuously dash. Oh, if you hit the wall, you bounce off of it, so I guess you're going to break stuff with that. And you jump, so you jump with A, and you jump really, really high in this game, and you dash with B. There's only 9, there's a timer. Oh God, there's a timer. And the timer says 19 minutes, 24 seconds. All right, first obstacle is a spiky ball that's going into the foreground and background. And you have to jump past the spiky balls and dodge them. There's a bunch, and we're jumping over spike pits as well. The 3D effect actually does work. Where it looks like, you know, pieces of the ground are closer or further. All right, we're at a question mark block. We hit it, and there's a coin inside. The first enemy looks to be a frog that has, like, stuff sticking out of his head. I don't know what that even is. The music is bizarre. Okay, we're breaking blocks. I got a heart. I got a coin. I'm going over a bridge. Oh, God, there's something in the sky. It's a coin. How do I get it? I don't know how you get this. Oh, God, the enemy just tried to hit me. Okay, you can shoulder charge the enemies to kill them. I don't know. There's a coin in the sky, but I don't know how you get it. I'm jumping. It's like on a cloud, but I can't seem to get the coin out of the cloud. I don't know how it works. Oh, there's question mark blocks here, too. Let's see here. Maybe I have to hit it with my shoulder. You can't do the shoulder dash. Yeah, you can't. Oh, my God. When you jump, you can press down, and you do a body splash. And you can hit enemies with the body splash. How do I do? There's a question mark block below me, but I don't know how to break it. It's in the ground. I don't know how to do it. Very weird. What's this? Okay, I got a power up. It gave me horns. So now when I dash, I can break blocks. Okay. Oh, now I can do a butt slam as well. Since I got the power up, I can do a butt slam. I just hit the question mark block that was in the ground, and there was a coin with a crown on it. Now there's a bee in the background. It came to the... Oh, it's not a bee. It's a... Oh! Oh, no. So there was a bat that came to the foreground, dropped something on my head. I lost my power-up, and I've shrunk. I'm now like little Mario. This is crazy. Oh, I can no longer shoulder dash. They took away my shoulder dash. But I can jump on enemies. This is weird, man. Oh, okay, there's a spring block that bounced me into the background now. So now I'm in the background as Wario. And I can break blocks here, and there's coins and stuff in the blocks in the background. I've collected hearts and coins, and now my counters on those are going up. Because I lost my power-up, I can't get... Yeah, this sucks. I can't break any blocks. I just got a key. The key was in the background. Looks like there was a hidden door behind a bunch of blocks in the background, but I can't break the blocks now because I don't have the power-up anymore. So now I'm back in the foreground, and I'm platforming over some bricks. Now I'm jumping across water. I just hit the lava, and I died. There was lava, I fell in, and I died. I'm back at the beginning of the stage as if I had never played. Wow. I have to do the whole stage over from the start. No checkpoints whatsoever. Now I'm back trying to dodge the spike balls. Now I'm going to run through everything because now I know what the stage is. So I'm running. Got the coin again. I seem to have kept all the hearts that I had earned. But I didn't keep any of the coins. I lost all the coins that I had earned. I'm just collecting a bunch of coins. I'm breaking blocks. I'm going to try to get back to that power-up that I had found. Here it is. So I got it. I got the power-up now. Now what I'm going to try to do is get to that foreground, background jump. I'm going to see if I can break those blocks that had the hidden door. Okay, here it is. Okay, got a hidden heart. Got some coins. Okay, is this a hidden door? It is. I got to a hidden door and I just jumped into it. Oh my god, I'm in some kind of a bonus room with a cat. You ever seen those lucky cat statues? There's a lucky cat statue and I just got it. I don't know what the hell that does, but then it says exit and you gotta go back out the door you came in a 3D perspective. Alright, so now I jump to the foreground again. And now I'm platforming. I'm gonna try to dash across this now, across the lava, and it works. You can... Oh no! So I was dashing across and I made it across 3 platforms, but I fell into the 4th and lost my power-up. Looks like I can get it back. I just got another one. Yup, I just got the power-up back. Those bats that drop spikes are back. Aha, I found a hidden block that lets you jump into the background. So I'm in the background collecting coins. I got all the coins. Now what do I do? I'm breaking the blocks. Aha, one of the blocks was another foreground jumper. I jump back to the foreground. Can't appear to break that block. What's this? So I have the key. I use the key to open a lock. And I'm going into an elevator, it looks like, and I'm going up. And that's it. Now it says game. It looks like I'm at a vendor or something. I'm not even sure. It says heart game or coin game. I don't know what that means. I'll go into the door that says heart game. So it's a bonus. It says bet 100 coins, 200 coins, or 300. I'll bet 100 because I only have 116. Ready? Go. What am I doing? Okay, I have to jump into the background and collect hearts. Oh, I see. I'm jumping to the background and foreground, and I'm trying to get hearts as I jump back and forth. And it's tough to time your jumps to grab the hearts that are between the foreground and background. I got a bonus diamond already. Currently, I have 26 hearts. I'm trying to dodge bats, but grab hearts. I got 39 hearts. So was that good or bad? I did a thumbs up, and I jumped into the floor. I guess this is a way to get hearts. I don't know. Now it says coin game. I'm going to do the coin game. This says 3 chances. 3, 6, or 10 coins. We'll do 10 coins. Select. And there's 4 question marks. I'll hit this one. I got coins, and coins. I got 160 coins. Okay, so I gambled 10 coins, and I got 160 in return. I'll do it again. I'll gamble 10. And there's 4 question marks. I'll hit the one on the far left. And I got nothing. 0. They took half my coins away. Now I only have 80. I'll do 10 coins again. Now I'll do the question mark on the far right. I got another nothing, and they took 40 more coins away. So I only have 40 coins, and now I'm done. So I went in there with 16. I left with 40, so I guess I'm a net winner. And that's it. Those are the bonus games. Now I go back up the elevator. Okay, it says total goods, and it shows the lucky cat that I found. Total time, 5 minutes, 43 seconds. And it says that was the end of stage 1. It shows that there's 14 stages and then a boss, apparently. And there's mini bosses at levels 4, 8, and 12. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do, I guess that's Wario. Here we go. Create a suspend point. All right, so I'm creating a suspend point. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, my face. Oh. So how long did I play? Seriously, how long was that? Was that like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? No lie, my eyes are bugging out like crazy right now. Like everything looks incredibly white and bright because I was just staring at red and black. And I can't even see, like I'm half blind. Seriously. The truth is, I don't have a headache. I did not get a headache, okay? But my neck is a little strained from leaning forward to play it. And everything around me looks bizarre right now. Like the coloring and everything, you know? Like, oh my God, my eyes are just, oh, the screen. My screen right now looks so incredibly bright because I was staring at black and red only. Okay, let's do, I mean, obviously this is not the most entertaining thing because I can't show you what I'm seeing. Could you hear the game in there when I was in there? I have it on max volume, so I hope you could at least hear some of it. But I don't know how much you could hear. Everyone hated it. You could hear it. No, not really. You really couldn't. People are saying we could hear most of it, then people are saying you can't. Yeah. My neck is killing me. It's just my neck. Actually, I do not have a headache. My eyes are okay, but they're bugging out, but my neck hurts. Okay. You could hear it, but man, it was incredibly awkward. I mean, yeah, you can't see the game. I know. It's freaking weird, right? Okay. Would you like me to check out one more game, or is that enough? I mean, if that's enough, I understand. Like, that's the extent anyone right now can cover this thing as the real hardware. Like, right now, I could easily go on a website and play these games emulated, but I can't show you the real thing I'm playing. There's no way to capture this thing. It was like an audiobook narrated by James Earl Jones. Well, there you go. That's high praise. Thank you. People are saying just do one more. Narwhal Gaming says, well, you know, on the one hand, it's a terrible idea to do another game, but on the other hand, it's such a uniquely terrible experience. I'm still intrigued. Yes. How exciting. All right. Let's do one more. All right, let's go to the menu. All right, let's go to the menu. We're going to do one more game in the Virtual Boy today, and then I won't torture you any further, okay? So, all right, let's get out of here to game selection. All right. So what do we want to do? Tetris, Galactic Pinball, Golf, which is way off to the right and I can barely see. Emax, I think it's called Emax. I'm not sure because it's in Japanese. Red Alarm or Telero Boxer. What game should I play? No, there's no Mario Tennis. I just read the 7 games that are available. There's no Mario Tennis available, which is hilarious because the eye adjuster for the 3D effect was Mario Tennis. So obviously they could put it in there if they wanted. They just didn't bother to. Everyone's disagreeing. Some people want golf. Some people want pinball. All right. Let's try golf. Mario Golf. It's not Mario Golf. It's golf. To make it clear, it's not Mario Golf. It's just golf. Okay. Virtual Boy. Option automatic pause on. On by default. I don't know what automatic pause means, but it's apparently an option in the Virtual Boy library. I don't know what it does. From T&E Soft. It talked to me. Did you hear that? Ooh. So, golf. And I actually have no idea what this title screen's supposed to be. It says golf, and it has push start, and it shows a green with a flag. And the background looks like a Rorschach test. Like, I'm not kidding. The background, the title screen looks like a Rorschach test. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay, stroke play. Ooh, stroke play. Individual records continue. Tournament play, course records. Let's do some stroke play today. Duff. It says 1 Duff or 2 new player. Who the hell is Duff? D-U-F-F. Who the hell's Duff? Why is there a record in my game already? Well, I want to know who Duff is. I'm selecting Duff. Okay, it says average 0, par or better 0. Hole 1, par 4, 360 yards. Okay. Okay, admittedly, this is very weird that it's all red. If it were green, it would make more sense because we're on a green playing golf, but they didn't opt for that. All right, so first stroke, 349 yards, Duff, hole 1, par 4, 360 yards. Direction, tee shot, what the fuck? So direction, oh God. So first I select direction, and there's a little, okay, I'm looking at the green, and way out there's an arrow. I can see the flag is way out in the distance slightly to the left, so I'm going to try to aim, not straight for the flag, but just slightly to the right of it. Okay. And then club. So there's the 1W, 3W, 4W, 2I, 3I, 4I, 5I, 6I, 7I, 8I, 9I. I don't know what any of these clubs are because I don't play golf, so I don't know anything about this shit. They defaulted to 1W. It says 270 yards. I guess that's the one that hits the furthest. We'll go with that one. Stance. It shows two shoes. And I can, are you kidding me? I can adjust my left and right foot. And what they're showing you is going to change the angle of your shot. All right, we'll do this. And then shot, and there's, oh God, there's a 3D meter. I don't know when I'm supposed to hit this thing. Oh, fuck, I definitely screwed that up. Oh, I did horrible. So I hit it, it curved way left, and it went into the grass. It went into the trees. Nice. The shot was 225 yards, right into the trees. So now I'm trying to get my ball out of the trees. Direction, straight. Club, I'm just going to use whatever they suggest. They're suggesting the 8-iron, 140 yards. Stance, I'll just do dead straight. And shot. I don't understand the shot meter. That's kind of a problem. And then they're trying to have you hit a certain part of the ball. Wow, I went right into the tree. Shot was 5 yards. Great. Okay, I'm going to try to aim slightly to the right this time to not hit the tree. Direction, straight. Club, the 8-iron. Stance, straight. And the shot. Hit it, and hit it there. Okay, I got it out of the trees. Onto the green. There it goes. It's rolling. Okay, shot was 73 yards, and I'm getting closer to the flag, but not yet. Okay, direction. I'm just going to go straight for the pole. Club, they want me to use the PW. It's probably a wedge or something. I don't know. Stance. Okay, I'm just going to do regular stance. Power. High power, and then this is the weirdest thing. Okay, what happens is, after you select your power, it shows a ball, a golf ball that says Nintendo on it. There's a tiny white dot, and the dot moves all over the ball. I don't know what it does. I don't know if they're indicating that's where you're hitting the ball. If you press the button, he swings, but I don't know if that indicates you're hitting that ball there or not. And I didn't press anything, and it timed out, and he swung and missed the ball. So I just wasted a stroke because I didn't hit the ball, apparently. Okay, I hit it. It's flying. It curved too far left. And I overshot, and I'm way over the flag. Nice approach. Shot was 67 yards. Oh, my neck. Oh, my neck is hurting. Ow. Oh. Ooh, I just got, like, sharp nerve pain in my neck. Ow. Oh, okay, let's continue. Let's continue with the first hole. My neck is killing me. Okay, continuing on. So I see the hole. The flag is out of the hole, and it says that we have 58 feet to go. So direction, we'll go straight. Shot. Oh, it didn't let me select anything. All right, just going to go shot. Here we go. And he putted, and it's going to the hole. It's still going. It went in. Oh! It reached the hole and hit it and went whoop out the edge and flew away. So apparently I hit it too hard. All right, so direction, straight. Shot, minimal power, and I tapped it in. Tap it. No, it missed. It missed and went past the hole. Are you kidding me? All right, direction. This is my 8th stroke. Stroke play is right. Direction. Straight. Shot. Minimal power. Tap it in. It finally went in. 8 freaking strokes. It says new record. Your long putt improved to 11 feet. I'm going to do one more hole very quickly. I'm going to try to turbo through one more hole. Hole 2, 335 yards, par of 4. Okay, here we go. Direction. I'm trying to get onto the fairway there. Club, they want me to use the one wedge. I'll just hit straight stance. Okay, I'm going to try to do an ultra powerful shot. And here we go. I'm going to try to hit dead center now. Boom. It's still curved left for some reason. I don't know why. And, okay, I think I'm on the green. Shot was 216 yards. I see the flag way in the background. Okay. Club, they want me to use the SW, so something wedge, but I don't know what the S stands for. Straight stance. Power shot. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, I curved right this time. No, it's still curved left. No matter what I do, my ball curves left. And now, sadly, I'm not on the green. I'm on the grass on the side, and it stopped dead. It only went 26 yards. Now we're using a PW club. All right, straight stance. Power shot. Here we go. Boom. I'm still hooking left. No matter what, I always hook left. The shot hooked way left, and it's bouncing left, and it's still bouncing left. 69 yards, but hooked left. I don't understand why the shot always hooks left no matter what. So here's the thing. If I always hook left, I'm going to aim right. Seriously. I'm going to use the PW club again. Stance, straight stance. And here we go. Shot, power shot. And aiming center of the ball. Boom. Okay, it hooked left, but to my advantage. And I'm right there. Oh, I overshot the flag. Oh, no. I overshot the flag. So now I still have to kind of hit it again. Oh, this sucks. I have to do very low power here to try to just get it near the flag. You have to do a very low power shot. There we go. Okay. I got it near the flag. It went past the flag. It's going way past the flag. It's going into the background. I hit it at such low power, and it went so far. The ball went so far. God. Now I'm back on oh, this sucks, man. This is ass. Now I hit it low, and it rolled back to me. It only moved 3 yards. Oh. I can't get the ball to move away from me. It's stuck on this hill. It only went 1 yard. I can't get the ball to move. It will not move. It's stuck on this hill and doesn't move. Now I clobbered the ball, and it finally is up on the green. It's right next to the flag now. It says, nice recovery. Shot was 19 yards. All right, so now we're going for a putt. All right. Here we go. Straight shot. I'll do medium power. I putt, and it overshot the hole. It went over the hole, and it's on the other side of the green now. It completely went away from the hole. So now the flag is back in. That's great. Now we have to go back to the wedge. And now I overshot, and I'm going all the way down. All right. It's enough of this game. I'm done with this. Exiting VR mode. Yes, I want to close. How do I close? It says exiting VR mode. Remove the console from the VR goggles and then select close. So you can't even close the Virtual Boy app unless you remove your Switch 2 from the console. Okay? All right. So that's the Virtual Boy. That's what your experience will be like, playing the Virtual Boy with your Switch 2 console. So I'll take it out here. What I'm actually seeing, which is kind of fascinating, okay, is that it's actually not red. The screen is white. So what it is you have these red lenses on, and that's what makes it look like red and black. The actual console itself is all white text, okay? So, okay, now they want me to, how do I close? Close. 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 I can't select close. I can't close it. It says I had to touch it on the screen. There was no menu option to do it. I had to touch it on the screen to close it. It still thinks I'm playing it, though, even though I did close it. It says playing, so I'm just going to close the app. Okay, so the lineup does, think about this. The launch lineup for Virtual Boy does not include tennis, does not include Mario Clash, okay? It has a game that's all in Japanese. I don't even know what the name of it is. So it's a very limited lineup for a launch of a Virtual Boy console. I think that's an incredibly limited lineup. I would have wanted to play Mario Clash, which is a take on original Mario Brothers. They don't have that. I would have wanted to play Mario Tennis. They don't have that. They have generic golf. They have pinball. They have Telero Boxer, which is the actual first-person robot boxing game. They have, obviously, Wario Land, Emax or IMAX, whatever the hell that is, Tetris, and there was something else, right? So, honestly, I don't really think that's a very good lineup at all. I would have liked, definitely, Mario Clash and Tennis should have been 2 games that would have included with the launch lineup. I don't get that, why they're not in there. All right. Okay, so that's my initial Virtual Boy experience, okay? So what do I think about this guy right here? Well, first off, I didn't get a headache. And I played it for what, like half an hour, 40 minutes there? I did not get a headache. So maybe with this new version of the Virtual Boy, they've solved that problem? I don't know. But I could tell you this, my neck is hurting. Like actually having to lean forward to get into position to use this thing actually has hurt my neck. And the thing is, you might say, well, you should just position better. I mean, I'm positioned ideally. I rolled up with my office chair as far to the thing as I possibly could without having the thing fall. You know, it has to sit on my desk. I don't think I could have positioned it any better than I did. Sadly, it's not really centered right. Like, I feel like it should be more centered properly. It's not. It seems like it's a little bit to the right. So maybe that's something they can fix in the app, is have it move a little bit further to the left. But it wasn't centered. The gameplay seemed, I would say, fine. Like, it didn't seem delayed or anything like that. The audio sounded good. Like, having this set up to have maximum volume, I could hear all the sound effects and everything fine. So I guess the speakers on the Switch 2 are good enough for this. I don't know if you guys could hear the audio through the microphone, but it sounded good to me, like the sound effects and everything. So, and I would say it felt a little awkward because, again, the only way that you can play is to actually have the controller around it, behind it. When was the last time you went to play a video game, you had to put your hands behind the TV to play it, right? It's a weird thing. It's a weird setup, bizarre setup, okay? But it worked. It did work, all right? It wasn't faulty. It wasn't, you know, broken. The games were loaded fine. The games played fine. I don't think the golf game's very good. Like, it doesn't even explain what it is. How am I supposed to know what you... It showed a golf ball that said Nintendo, and there's a dot, and the dot goes like this. Just like this, how I'm doing. It just goes like that, and then if you don't press the button ever, you just swing and miss the ball. So what the fuck does that mean? Is this where I'm aiming on the ball? I don't even know what this is. And the game doesn't explain anything. It's like you're assumed to understand golf and how to play a golf game. There's no way to know how to play that shit. Maybe it would come with like a thorough instruction booklet if you had bought the physical game back in the day. Is it work? Right? Or does it work? It will work in handheld mode displaying two small screens, says Bono Tecmo. No, it doesn't. Let me show you. Okay, ready? Here's what happens if you attempt to play the Virtual Boy. Okay? Let me show you. Oh, let me get the volume back up. Here's what it actually looks like. Ready? That's the Virtual Boy. So actually, it's full color. Take a look. It actually is in full color, which is weird because you can't tell that when you're playing it. You can't tell that at all. You don't know that it's full color. Yeah. So it's the lenses that actually make it red and black, but the game itself is full color. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's boot a game up and see what it looks like. How about, Telero Boxer? Oh, never mind. It is red. So the menu was in color, but the game is actually red and black. There you go. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to click through to show you. I have no idea what any of this is. I'm just mashing. Okay, I guess this is the game. Look. Well, I have no idea what I'm doing or how to play. Looks like each thumbstick is a hand, but I have no idea how to punch. Yeah. I have absolutely no idea how to punch. All I could do is put the hands up. Yeah, basically I can put my hands up to block a punch, but I have no idea how to swing. Yeah. Forget it. It's crap. Anyway, so that's how it looks without the goggles. When you're wearing the goggles, it takes both of those aspects and focuses it into one to give a 3D perspective. So that's how it works, is it's showing the two screens on the screen of the Switch 2, And then the Virtual Boy device focuses them to one point, which gives you the 3D aspect of it, okay? So, I just messed with Virtual Boy for an hour, okay? What are my thoughts? If you always wanted to play Virtual Boy and you had absolutely no access to it, notably because the console is dead, it's basically lost media, you can't really get a functional one for cheap. Like, to get a functional Virtual Boy from the 90s probably cost you a ridiculous amount of money. All right? Good luck. But what I would say is this, at least for posterity purposes, makes it feel like you're playing the real Virtual Boy. You actually get the 3D effect. The 3D effect worked nicely, to be honest. I think it worked very well with Wario. With the golf game, you didn't need it. It didn't even really do anything. But with Wario, it actually looked pretty nice to jump into the foreground and the background and to have enemies coming at you and to dodge, like big spike balls were coming back and forth. That was pretty cool. So that was neat to see what Nintendo had intended. So for posterity, to say, hey, I can play Virtual Boy and I could actually see the 3D effects and everything. I guess that's cool, but I want you to think about this. So the Virtual Boy back in the day, I think I want to say, I don't know how much it cost. What was it, $300, something like that? I don't know what it actually cost, right? But you had to buy the console and the games, right? So it probably cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So how do you play Virtual Boy in 2026? Well, first you buy a Switch 2, which is what, $500? Then you get the Nintendo Online Expansion Pass, which is $50 a year. Then you buy the $100 lens stand. Okay? And even then you struggle to get it to set up to a comfortable position to play it. I think you're seeing my point at this point, right? You say, oh, this makes it accessible. No, it doesn't. This is a very expensive way to play Virtual Boy. It works. I will say that. It actually works. But are you going to spend all this money to play Virtual Boy? Like, let's say, for example, you've always wanted one, okay? And you can't get one that works. Maybe you bought one that's busted, so it was worth like $50, but you can't just get one that works anymore. Oh, I could finally find it. Let me buy the Switch 2, buy the $100 stand, spend another $50 for the subscription. Oh, by the way, you only get 7 games right now, and it's not even the popular ones like Tennis or Clash. It's everything and Wario, right? It's like, yeah, it's not great, okay? It's basically kind of a really bootleg way to do it, and I get where Nintendo's coming from here. Hey, it's nice that it's available, and if they're claiming they're going to add more games over the course of the year, that's nice. Also, the fact it didn't give me a headache was good. It did give me eye strain. Like, when I stopped looking at it, everything looked incredibly bright and white because you're just looking at black and red, so your eyes are adjusting to this weird color scheme. And then when you look away from it, it's like, my eyes are bugging out, right? But it worked, and the 3D effect was good, and I didn't get a headache, and I could hear it. It was functional. Actually better than I thought. To be honest, I thought the whole thing would be a train wreck, all right? But would I recommend you getting this? Well, I gotta be honest. No! I don't recommend that you spend $100 for a plastic stand with 2 red lenses inside. I don't recommend you spend $50 a year to play 7 games right now. It's definitely not worth it. Like, this is a gimmick, right? This is something that you want to say that you've done it, or you want to have your friends over your house and be like, hey, play Virtual Boy. And then you do it once, it's like, okay, are you really realistically going to play through any of these games in their entirety? No, you're not. This is just a silly thing. Here's the thing. If anything, right, I would argue that this is a nice collectible. If you're a collector and you want to say you have every Nintendo console and there's just no way to get a Virtual Boy because they're so rare, they all broke, they were thrown out, you know what I'm saying? To say I have a Virtual Boy is nice. You could easily put this into a backdrop as part of a set. You know, like I could put it back here as part of my set eventually. And I think that would be a nice addition, right? If you're a collector, you have a set, maybe you have all the Nintendo consoles. You could put it on there with your collection proudly and say, look, I have a Virtual Boy now. But in reality, is anyone really going to play this stuff and you know, enjoy these games? Probably not. Like I said, the golf game, that's a waste of time. It's not even fun. It's stupid. You know, I would say Wario Land looks fun, but Are you going to sit there and get a neck cramp trying to play this thing and then your eyes are bugging out when you're done? Of course not. This is like early attempt to have one of these crazy accessories that people can talk about, but it really isn't realistically, it's not very functional. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need it. Kind of like VR. And VR today is a gimmick, you know? There are no killer apps for VR. There's no must-play games in VR, besides maybe like people say Half-Life Alyx or whatever. But it's kind of the same thing. You could easily just play Wario Land on Game Boy or another Nintendo version of it that's probably better than that Virtual Boy Wario Land. So unless you want to spend a ton of extra money to play this lost media game, oh, by the way, you can play it right now online emulated. Yeah. And we might even do that later today. You can actually hook up, or through a browser, it is. There's a browser version of these Virtual Boy games that you can play with no 3D effects, but they still work. They're still functional. You could still play them. So then why do you need this? You don't. It's essentially an overblown collector's item. You know what I'm saying? It's an overblown collector's item. If you have money to blow and you want it as part of your collection, you can say, I have Virtual Boy. But outside of that, it doesn't really add anything. The fact there's only 7 games is really lame. They should have had the whole library, to be frank. I don't know why they only made 7 games at launch and they're going to add more later. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to charge this much money, $100, you should have a good library, right? I don't understand why they're going to release more later. Release them all now. Or don't sell this now. Sell this later in the year, right? Why 7 now and later? That doesn't make sense to me. So I would say it's an interesting experiment. It's nice that for posterity, they've brought it back. If you've always wanted a Virtual Boy, this is a more feasible way to do it. And it does work. But a lot of those problems still exist. My neck hurts. My eyes bugged out. It wasn't super comfortable wearing this visor. It wasn't easy to adjust to. It doesn't look like the screen even fits properly. You can't even see all the way left and right in this thing. It's not great, okay? And let's be honest, most people who are going to spend $100 for this are going to think there's more to it. Oh, this has a video out, so I can capture it. Or, no, it's just a piece of plastic. This is your Virtual Boy. This is just the goggles you wear to get the 3D effect, and they're charging you $100 for it because it looks like the Virtual Boy. That's a ripoff, okay? That's an honest-to-God, 100% ripoff. Nintendo knew what they were doing. For the record, they did not clearly disclose a lot of things. They never disclosed that you cannot capture the Virtual Boy. Never. Nowhere in any of their press materials, nowhere in any of their online information about this, or even their digital announcement of it, did they state you cannot capture or stream Virtual Boy because we're going to disable the video out when you play Virtual Boy. Nowhere did it ever say that. So that was obviously something they didn't want you to know. So how many people bought the Nintendo Online subscription, expansion pass, bought this thing, and now, I can't even make any footage of it? Well, that sucks. Yeah, it does suck. It's dishonesty by Nintendo, or I guess what you could say is it's crime by omission. Like, sure, they didn't tell you could do something that you can't, but at the same time, they sure as hell should have told you couldn't do something, a common thing with this, that you would want to do with any other console, right? If I can capture and stream from my Switch and my Switch 2, why can't I capture and stream from the Virtual Boy? Because they just decided as much? Like, what the hell? So, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed my coverage of Virtual Boy 2026 that thoroughly explains and explores the product. My review, I would say, it's not horrible because it does function. Yes, the 3D functions well, but still uncomfortable, all right, for your neck, for your eyes. Low or a small library of games for launch should have more than 7 when there's 14 that were released in the US and over 20 worldwide is a really lame library to only have 7 games, and 2 of the biggest ones, Tennis and Clash, not even being there. Really stupid. Way too expensive. Way overpriced for just a pair of goggles. All right. And then you need the subscription as well. There's a lot of red flags here that this thing sucks. Okay. So buyer beware. If you're interested in a cool collectible and to be able to play these games in 3D, have at it. Otherwise, probably not worth it. You can play these games for free right now in a browser on emulation sites. and you don't have to spend any money for that. Okay? So, not terrible, not a 0 out of 10, but certainly it's not a 10 out of 10. I give it like a 5, but pricing is ridiculous on this thing. If they were selling this for $20, $30, I'd be like, that's not bad at all. But they're making monstrous profits on this thing. There's no reason in hell that this should be $100. You're not getting that kind of value out of it. Okay? Hope you enjoyed my coverage of the Virtual Boy. I will also be covering the entire Nintendo Switch Online. We're going to check that out right now. So if you always wonder, gee, I wonder, what's the expansion pass? You know, what's in there? I'm about to show you. We're going to go through that in a separate video. But thank you for watching the Virtual Boy walkthrough and review. I hope that you enjoyed it. Whoa. I got a white screen. What the fuck? Why do I have a white screen? So I just docked the Switch 2 and it gave me a white screen and it's not responding. It's acting as if the video out was working and it's not. It gave me a pure white screen. This is what I'm staring at. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the capture device malfunctioned. Hold on. Capture device malfunction. Let me unplug and replug and see if that fixes it. Okay. Out of nowhere, now my capture device is not working at all. Yeah, this is not good. Whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa. The capture device is working, but the video out is not. It's giving me a white screen. I can't see the video signal. I'm seeing a white screen, but the capture device is working because you can see the capture. Do you see that? So what the fuck is going on? Don't tell me that my capture device has broken, because if that's the case, I'm fucked. Do you really think that now would be the time to ask me to unban you? Are you an idiot? What an idiot. He's like, oh, dude, Phil, I think you banned me. Dude, I'm trying to fix my fucking setup so we can stream today. And you really think now is the time to bring up that you're banned and you think I'm going to unban you now? No, how about this? You can stay banned. What an idiot. Okay, so here's what's going on. The capture device must be working because you guys are seeing the video signal here. See this? But I can't see it. I got a white screen here. And I don't know why I have a white screen on my monitor. That's never happened before. So I have no idea what's going on. I've unplugged and replugged the capture device in multiple times, and all I'm getting is a white screen rather than a video signal. So what the hell is going on with my capture device? Yes, that's the OLED. That's the monitor that I use for gaming. I'm just getting white. I'm not getting anything else. So I don't know what to do here. Let me try unplugging and replugging the HDMI cable that goes directly to this. See if that does anything. This has nothing to do with the Switch. I'm now plugged into the PC, and I got a white screen. So something is going on with the capture device now, out of nowhere. So I unplugged and replugged the HDMI. Oh, that fixed it. So what the hell happened there? Hopefully that's not a problem with the monitor. So yeah, it was a white screen. And I had to unplug and replug the monitor in, and now it works. That's fucking weird. All right, because I'm gonna plug the Switch back in. That's weird that just happened.